show how brutal life has been to them. And mind you, it's not wrong to use these words, but be careful that you don't expose yourself that you and God are not in good terms, because we don't want to know. We have our own disabilities that He has to handle. Don't contrast knowledge and wisdom, because at the end of it all, you are the master of none. And don't dance to the tambourines played faster than your body movement, because you will never notice that there is no improvement. And never fake blessings for earnings, because they all come from above. And never carry tears like gold, because not even a drop is worth drinking. See, sometimes treasure hunters don't need the treasure anymore. It's just too heavy for them. It paralyzes their faith. Rather shed a tear than carry constipated emotions waiting to be excreted. Don't be like that 13-year-old whose heart murmurs to be heard, to be felt, and at the end of the day crushed because blood flowed without thinking that there should be room for salvation. That heart failure is a fallacy, only gravity takes a break and lets our hormones be high. Hence the birth of stupidity. On some days, I try to reach for the moon and try to visualize on how it feels like to be in control, but it's never really been the same, because we were created to observe and appreciate, but instead we have changed our diet to cannibalism, devouring our own brothers and sisters' flesh when we should be helping plant flowers that will glow for the world to see that life is precious. We chastise when we should baptize and use each other's blood as hand sanitizers. How cruel can we be? How cruel can we be? If one man can save lost nations, then what's stopping us to give and share the bread of life? We don't have to be naked when we can wear Christ.
And after the 3 wise men had left, having brought her offerings of pain, unwanted pregnancy, and HIV, Mary tried to pick up the scraps of her dignity, but the perils of her reality stabbed her like a blunt knife in the torso, smacked her like a tsunami. So now she laid in that urine-drenched toilet's teary eyes wide open, trying to sing herself to heaven. But the demons remained unmoved, remained peaceful in their slumber, and the angels took no note, because the voice could no longer conjure the sun to meet the moon and bathe her in a luminous light. Heaven remained in the distance, out of sight, and so behind Bacardi breathes her blueberry eyes, she couldn't see her salvation. When time has come for time to end, there'll be no more excuses. When you've lost the voice to sing yourself to heaven. But the God I serve, He is an awesome God. He will raise you from urine-drenched toilets and baptize you anew, wash you in His blood and fragrance you in His love. He'll give you a new song to sing with the voice of 1,000 angels. We'll take your mess of unwanted pregnancy and turn it to miracle. So this is the God I serve, saved by grace.
1 second missed outside of yourself could displace time forever. So be careful every time you forget yourself. Bridging memory might only confuse you like 2 worlds frozen in eclipse, as to draw down the blinds between us and heaven, because we chose to make the sky our limit. It must have been us that tried to build the New Jerusalem in our backyards, because we believed it's only us that deserve to be saved. And with our eyes, set the rest of the world ablaze. On a jealous heart, love never reigns, but pours. Look inside, because in true honesty, we're scared of our reflection. But God's mirror penetrates the flesh to your soul, the real you that creeps behind your skin, even on days darker than mascara, on a beautiful girl with low self-esteem. Indeed, chickens come home to roost. So we walk tall, stomach in, chest out, and slam the door behind our arrogance, but who's to blame? I mean, we've been like this ever since we decided to put health on auction blocks and exchange blessings for gift cards. And so we're happy because the world calls it being smart. For 1 second, I thought we leaders, but instead, we're leading the followers. Like mice walking into a death trap, the fate we've tied ourselves to now we can't get loose, because the sunken so deep it's woven itself into character. I have grown to learn that if you dedicate your time and energy repeating the same mistakes, people will eventually take it as law. But if the streets are gold, they don't mean they are streets of gold. So watch your step. As we now reach for the depths of our pockets, trying to buy our way into heaven, but it's not that cheap. You can't afford it. In fact, none of you can, because it's free. So open your heart. You do not have to place it on your sleeve. God will notice and run into His arms like a child seeing his father come home as if meeting him for the first time. For no amount of hatred can make you worse hells, and no amount of smiles can make you a better heaven. Saved by grace.
And her name was Mary.